When someone has one of those blocks, one of those limiting beliefs, one of those resistance, earlier you mentioned doing Facebook Lives, and I know with my coaching, one of the biggest things that's holding people back is not knowing what to do. It's actually doing it.
Exactly.
And they don't do it because they're afraid. That's it. It's because, well, I don't want to push that red button because I'm afraid of what this person's going to think. I have these internal limiting beliefs from child. I mean, they don't say that, but that's what's really going on when we get into it.
They got shamed in the classroom. Or
How does, from your experience, how does someone break through that fear? How do they break through that fear? Because I believe that is where you're talking about starting your business. But in my mind, it's not the what, it's the getting through those things so that they can actually do the how.
Right. Well, self-confidence is the result of surviving a risk. So if I'm afraid to ask a girl out for a date when I'm in high school, and I finally do it, and she says yes, wow, I survived that risk. Or even if she says no, I didn't die, I'm still here, So what happens is the more risks you take and the more you survive them, the more confidence you have. The first time you played a guitar in front of your friends and they didn't laugh, you go, oh, that's kind of cool. I sometimes do chanting in my seminars where we'll chant a phrase over and over, like Alleluia or something like that, with our eyes closed. And it's why people do hymns in church, and in the East they chant in temples and so forth, the Gregorian chants of the Catholic monks. Because when you chant in a group, it brings the vibration of everyone together. It's like standing around singing, My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean, which is that kind of, but we're all in harmony at that moment. The vibration is similar. And I remember the first time I had the courage to take my guitar out and do that, have everyone think, oh, he's some weird hippie freak or something, and they loved it. And I was like, oh, because I could have done that years earlier, but I didn't because I was afraid. This was in my 20s probably. And so there's 3 ways to get through fear, in my opinion. Number 1, just do the thing you're afraid of. It's Tony Robbins' fire walk. You think you can't do it, you walk across the coals, you didn't burn your feet, you go, oh my God. What else have I been telling myself I can't do? If you're afraid to skydive, go skydive. Do the thing you're afraid of. And then you survive it, and you're okay. Sometimes someone pushes you in the pool and you have to swim, and you survive. And the second thing is all fear, except for loud explosions and falling backwards, which a baby even will be afraid before any languaging, is self-created by imagining something bad happening in the future. So even if a snake crawled in this room and it was a rattlesnake and it was rattling over there, if we're scared, we have to be imagining it's going to bite us. It hasn't bitten us yet. Everything's fine. It just happens to be a rattlesnake in the room. And so we always have to go into the future. So you're in the future going, oh my God, if I hit that red button, I'm going to blow it. That person's going to go on social media and say negative things about me. That's you making that up. So you can use that same principle to think the thought, visualize the vision of everything going well. Getting, 429 likes or 5,000 likes or whatever, however big your community is. And then, going home and getting a pat on the back and receiving 20 emails that night. It's the same process. You're thinking and visualizing, but we're visualizing against ourselves when we're scaring ourselves. We're visualizing for ourselves when we stop that and replace it. And there is this thing called the law of replacement. It's very difficult to get rid of a negative thought if you don't replace it with a positive thought. So and then finally, I think the coolest thing that's come along in ages is this thing called tapping, emotional freedom technique, where you tap on these 9 acupuncture points. And literally, it was evolved from something called the 5-minute phobia cure, where the man was able to eliminate any phobia, 99.4% effective in anybody in 5 minutes or less. And Roger Callahan. And then Gary Craig came along and basically simplified it for the masses. And I'll be in airports now. People are, about to get on the plane and they're going like this. You know? But all you have to do is think of the thing you're afraid of, do the tapping technique, which you can learn on YouTube. I have a book on it as well called Tapping into Ultimate Success. And fear disappears. It just goes, and it's like magical. And so if it's 5 minutes between the red button and me pushing it, that's silly not to take advantage of that technology.